Hold on. Fuck. The place is falling apart here. Let me see. Oh, fuck. Hold on, guys. Son of a bitch. All right, let's start this over.
RDTDaily.com presents a Tarabuster with comedian Tara Devlin.
All right. First of all, can you hear me? Because I got a new computer. This show is gonna. We'll see how long the show is gonna be. As you can see, the fucking camera's not working properly. So, I have to get a new camera. And yeah, so this is kind of working out the bugs. I wanted to work out the kinks and see if we can, we'll have a show. If you can hear me. The intro music is quiet. It's probably because it's not playing through this stupid fucking thing. Let's try it again. Let me see. Oh, fuck my life. You see? This is what happens. We will have a show. Why is this not working? Pass through on. But you can't. Can you hear me talking? You can hear me. Okay, but you can't hear the music. Yes, it finally came. The computer finally came. But it is, of course, there's a lot of problems. I can't get it to work, and the camera's not working properly. And I just had to give it up and order a new camera. I don't know. The camera's probably fine. I just don't know what else to do. So, except to start anew. And not sure why you're not hearing Farrago. Let me see. Loopback settings. Oh, maybe this is why. Let me see. We got the mic. I gotta do it like this. This is why. Thank you for bearing with me. We will have a show, but like I said, you guys have to be my producers at this point. I forgot. And look at Tara Jr. He's here. You can look at him for a minute while I figure this out. So, yes, what I have to do is, let's see, mic 1. And then I have to do this. Oh, it's not showing up. Look back. Oh, because I didn't add. You see how you gotta be technical. It sucks. I can't just be myself. I gotta be technical. And, you know, I ask you guys, become a patron, because look at this shit I gotta deal with. Oh, maybe that won't show up because it won't show up until I shut eCam, which I cannot do because we're recording, but that's okay. As long as you can hear me now, that's good. At least we got that going. And I'll figure out the other stuff later, maybe tomorrow. All right, you can hear that. You didn't hear the music, so we won't be able to play any sound effects. So, oh, you're so funny, Pookie's mommy. Just watch me do nothing. Hello, chat room. And if you guys want to watch me do nothing, no, we're going to be doing something. We'll talk about the Republicans. If you want to look at Tara Jr., who's very cute, and watch me try to figure out what the hell's going on. As you can see, you see how red that is? Nothing I do fixes that. And the other camera, that's supposed to be the good camera. It's like 2-in-1. This is the raw camera, and this is the other camera. That's supposed to be the good camera that you can control. And all I get is a fucking picture of a tree. So, and it will not start no matter what I do. So, I decided to write an angry letter to Lumina, whatever the hell it's called, saying the one thing. I said, you know, I love that picture of the tree, but I would like to actually record things. It's a very lovely photo. But I didn't, you know, spend my money on a camera so I could look at a picture of a fucking tree. Right? Back me up, guys. So, yeah. All right, let's play this. Start. All right, let me see. I always forget. I do write this shit down, but then when it comes down to it, you gotta think it is a miracle that any shows actually ever get recorded. So, oh, and maybe this. What if I do this? Back audio. And then if I play, tell me if you hear this. No, I can't hear it. You could probably hear it. I can't hear it. Fuck this. Fuck this. Yeah, that's wrong. I gotta go back. Mic. Scarlet. Loop back audio. God damn it. Dang it. Dang it a do. Look at Tara Jr. Isn't he good? Say hello, Junior. Say hello. What do you say, honey? What do you say to the fans? Hello. People who are like watching the show for the first time are like, what the fuck is this shit? Who is... Oh, somebody actually wrote on somewhere. They probably never saw the show before. And they were like, what is this crazy cat lady shit? Well, stick around. That's all I can tell you. You might enjoy. Whatever. You might not. So maybe you want to fuck off. You can do that too. We're free. We're free. All right. So I'll have to figure this out tomorrow while I'm with fresh eyes because I've been at this shit all day, and it's just frustrating. I'm battling this goddamn computer. I'm glad I got the new computer, and I knew this was gonna happen, that it was gonna take a minute, because I don't got no producer. My producer is a cat. So all right, let's see. I'll have to give it up. And I get very obsessive, so it's very hard for me to stop. So, you know what I mean? Like, unless I fixed it, it's very hard for me to just put it down. So I just really gotta stop looking at it. And let me see. Hold on. You see, Skype, Scarlett, QuickTime, Farrago. What the fuck? Why isn't it working? It looks like it should work. All right, whatever. Who cares? We'll do it tomorrow. We'll do it live tomorrow. And hopefully I'll figure out the camera, and it won't be as red as it is. All right, let's talk about what's going on in this last days of the American Republic. I'd have to blow my nose. Pardon me. All right. Let's see. So what I named the show tonight, it is what we've been saying. How many years we've been saying this, that the Fox News, Fox News is the enemy of the people. That's what I named the show tonight. They really are. And I wondered it's a good thing though, because it's good. It's good that they are exposed for what they are. But I also wonder, will it penetrate the already mush that is the collective consciousness of the typical right-wing trader. And and as I was saying, how Republicans I just thinking, Republicans are always like railing against collectivism, right? Oh, you're a collectivist. There's something wrong with being an interdependent human being, I suppose. Your collectivism and is akin to whatever thing that scares them, but as keeping with the keeping with the old axiom that whatever comes out of their mouths is either a confession or a projection. Who's more collectivist than the right wing? They really are of one mind. They're like the Borg, really, except not as cool or interesting. They all think alike. They dress alike. They have, they all believe the same shit. Oh, wait. Can you hear that? No, you can't hear that. It's going off of my headphones. And they all, they're fascists, really. That's what it comes down to. So today, this is just a personal anecdote. Those who watch the show, I've talked about this before. I play a game, one of the other things I do, just in my spare time. Whatever. I play this stupid game, Game of Thrones Conquest. I'm on a team. To me, it's interesting. I mean, I enjoy it. There are people from all over the world. You're in a Discord community. You play against other people. Every morning, I'll get my little marching orders where to put my troops here or whatever the hell, but generally people I keep to themselves as far as political persuasion. There's no political conversations going on usually, but Republicans, as we know, and the fascists, they can't control themselves. So today, I just want to look on my iPad. One asshole on there wrote, like in the community chat, that Tucker Carlson really pissed off the government. He must be doing something right. He pissed them off. Oh, no, he said he pissed them off by showing the January 6th footage. He must be doing something right. Like, shut the... First of all, this chat is connected to the whole world. There are people from all different countries, and it'll say, when people write in the chat, it'll say translated from German, translated from French, Portuguese, whatever. And people are from all over the world, and I could not let that sit there as if this is what the American people think. So I wrote, well, I guess he's doing something right if you're a Nazi and you hate democracy, but you do you. And all they could say back was, ha, 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 laughing. But that comment, it kind of, it's just one comment in a whole world of comments, but it made me think that Republicans, nothing will penetrate their disgusting, whatever that is, that hunk of cement, they will easily, well, I guess it is cement, right? Because it's... somebody else poured it, and it's rigid, will never change. It's not very interesting. It's common. It's, probably filled with a lot of broken glass and shit. But yeah, they are, it's kind of pathetic. So Tucker Carlson released the January 6th tapes and pissed off the government. He must be doing something right. Never mind the context of the entire thing. So what did he show? What did Tucker Carlson show? I saw some of the footage that he played. Yeah, so one guy picked up a chair, that had fallen over. So that means that, they're peaceful. You see, he didn't knock the chair over. So you take one moment in time out of an entire day that the cops who were there described as nothing short of medieval hand-to-hand combat. And that's what you use to prove your point. It makes, it makes sense because Republicans really hate this country. It doesn't, and, it reminded me, and a lot of other people I've noticed on corporate media, they've brought this up, how the former Prime Minister of Australia, Malcolm Turnbull, not too long ago, gave his opinion of what's his name, Rupert Murdoch, and saying, he is the most dangerous person on earth.
Murdoch media empire has enormous political power. It is the most potent political force in Australia. It does not operate as a conventional news or journalistic operation any longer. Its influence in the United States, in Britain, in all of the countries where it is to be found is now utterly partisan. It is more like a political party, but the only members are the Murdochs. And as you know, it has driven populist right-wing agendas, denying climate change, supporting extremism on the right of politics, of populist politics, to the extent, most irresponsibly of all, you might think, supporting the proposition that Joe Biden had in fact stolen the election and was not legitimately elected president. And that, of course, was directly connected to the sacking, the assault, a violent assault on the United States Capitol, a shocking event and one of the darkest days in America's political history.
You, Mr. Turnbull, seem more disturbed by the attack on the U.S. Capitol than a lot of people here in the United States. A lot of conservatives are trying to deny what happened and pretend it wasn't that bad. But I appreciate that you saw it for what it was.
Well, it was an assault on democracy. It was, and you see, what Murdoch has delivered largely through Fox News in the United States, is exactly what Vladimir Putin wanted to achieve with his disinformation campaigns, turning one part of America against another. So exacerbating the divisions that already exist in American society and undermine the trust Americans have in their democratic institutions. Now, that was the objective of the Russian disinformation campaign. And that is exactly what has been delivered by Fox News and by other players in that right-wing populist media ecosystem. And it is, in effect, what they have created is a market for crazy. They've become unhinged from the facts. It is now basically, they've worked out that you can just make stuff up. Everyone talks about and complains about social media, but what is being done by curated media, mainstream media, including and in particular Fox News, has done enormous damage to the United States. I mean, the question you have to ask yourself is America a more divided country than it was before, thanks to Murdoch's influence? The answer must be yes. Do Americans have less faith in their electoral institutions and their legitimate institutions of government as a result of Murdoch? Yes.
Exactly.
Now, that is a terrible outcome. That is a terrible outcome.
You said Murdoch's created a market for crazy. I've never heard anyone say it quite like that before. A market for crazy. And if this clip is re-aired on Fox News, they'll say, you're insulting all of Trump's supporters. You're insulting all of conservative America. And they would say that's going to harm your cause.
It is our patriotic duty to insult Trump's America, whatever, the conservative America, because they're not conservative. They're not conservative. To call them conservative is a misnomer. They are fascists. They are authoritarian followers. They lack the ability to function in a free democratic society. They hate this country. They hate democracy. So I understand, the guy, the reporter or the pundit here he's using the language that we're all used to. But it is time for a reframing that Fox News, and just like Malcolm Turnbull is nailing it here, Fox News, there really is no more dangerous person on the planet for a functioning democracy than Rupert Murdoch. He's more dangerous than Putin. He's more dangerous than any of the wannabe autocrats all over the world because he runs cover for them. He has divided America more successfully than Putin could have ever dreamed of doing on his own, just like Malcolm Turnbull said. And this is, I got to ask that question that I always ask. How much longer? How much longer are we going to take it? The fact is, we know that, just like Rupert Murdoch says in his testimony, under oath, it's not about red, white, and blue, or red and blue. It's about green. He doesn't give a shit. These people are they're disgusting. They're greed-centered ghouls. And you notice, one of the things that stood out for me in reading these.
Have you thought about what
Tara Jr.
the right way or what the most effective ways are?
Fucking Tara. Do you realize that was Tara Jr. for real? He just slammed his paw down on the keyboard and the camera went black. What are you doing? Why? But what was I saying? Yeah, the one thing that stood out to me in the text was that in all of their conversations, and we'll get to Tucker Carlson saying that he hates Trump, which, of course, and it goes to show you how disgusting Republicans are. They would sell their own mothers if it meant they would get some more money. Because that's all that matters to these people. A little money. How much money do you need, Tucker? You're the fucking chicken killing heir to the Swanson fortune. How much more money do you need, bitch? You were born into wealth. There's not not enough wealth. He's the same guy. I remember we played a clip on the show of him going, he's being interviewed by some asshole, some guy. I don't know why they invited him to be interviewed, and because he's nothing but, he's just, he's a disgusting fascist. But they were interviewing Tucker, and he, of course, kept interrupting them and whatnot, because this is what they do when someone is asking them to speak truthfully. They can't muster the truth, so they dig in their heels and they go for the adversarial role. Like, oh, they try to kind of denigrate the questioner that way, and also, I guess, please the morons who follow them by sticking it to the libs. But Tucker in this interview said something like, I believe that we are all created in the image of God. Right? Like really, he does? I believe that. I really believe that, because they love God so much, these motherfuckers, but they will do all that they can. They're never putting themselves out there to advance, their spirituality in any way, or their spiritual lives. Accentuate that part of their lives, which is non-existent, of course. It's only words. But they're always out there selling themselves out to make another buck. Because they don't have enough bucks. They don't have enough money. These fuckers. That's how filthy and disgusting they are. You understand? Because there's not enough money in the world to fill that vapid, empty demon pit that they have in their souls. Then they just got to keep pouring more money and power and, attention into it, regardless of who they hurt, regardless of whether they twist the idiots, the victims / viewers of their whatever the hell, their propaganda outlets. But none of the text did they say anything about how this is wrong. They weren't. There was none of that introspection, but it was all about money. But none of the text, no one dare bring up the harm that they're doing to the country. Maybe we shouldn't lie to the dumbasses. No, it was all, let's lie to the dumbasses because they're running to another propaganda outlet that is lying to them. And if, the mainstream media, which Fox News could have chosen to be a part of, what they could have done is helped marginalize these traitors, and send the idiots to 4chan, let them where they belong, let them lick the sludge from 4chan, if that's where they're comfortable. Do the backstroke in the sewer. But they decided to become the sewer. Just like how Kevin McCarthy and the rest of the filthy fascists in the House and the Senate, they took January 6th. They could have taken that, as their opportunity to finally get rid of that disgusting parasite, that big orange parasite that they all hate. They all hate him. I mean, just like they could have done in the first impeachment. That was a choice. That was a turning point too. They could have said, you know what, enough is enough. Just we hear the stories all the time about how during the Nixon administration, how they finally had had enough of his criminality. And they all banded together and said, it's over, Bubby. You got to resign. And that's what he did. So, they could have done the same thing to Trump. They could have marginalized him. And if they all had a unified voice, they were afraid of the traitors, the monstrosities they had activated. But if they all stuck together, this too shall pass. That's what would have happened. And the mainstream media would have continued to repeat, the truth. And the morons who hold on to the big lie and the orange pus would have become more marginalized. And, we could have a semblance of a functioning democracy. But, of course, all of the other steps in between, Moscow Mitch corrupting the courts and, all of the things that the Republicans do proves that they have no interest in a functioning democracy. And they work hand in glove with the propaganda outlet of Fox News, which is the enemy of the people. So, I ask, how much longer are we going to take it? Rupert Murdoch is this old cretin, like Gollum, who wants the precious. This old piece of shit. What does he think? He's on borrowed time. How old is he? He's not going to live till forever, as we all will die one day. Him most likely a little sooner rather than later. He's an old man, and it doesn't matter. There's none of this Lee Atwater coming to atoning for all the harm he did to the country. There doesn't seem to be any of that in him, and he's just he's a parasite on decency. He's a parasite on democracy. It's a problem, right? But the fact is, it's because he's so rich and we have money in politics as the root of all evil, nothing's going to be done about it. If this were a functioning democracy, that dirtbag, Rupert Murdoch, there would be consequences to the outright lies. Get the fuck out. Do whatever you do. Jail. How about if you can't send him into exile? How about a metaphorical exile? You're not allowed to own media companies. Right? You could still be a rich old piece of shit and go sit in your rocking chair with your whatever number of trophy wife you're on and, live out your last days without inflicting your disgusting soul on the country. Wouldn't you think that, in this case, right, the Republicans always say how, the Republicans are always leaving people behind. But it's always about how, the needs of it's not really the needs of the many. They don't give a shit. It's really the needs of the few. And if this is an example, this is a prime example, because the old man is rich. And they want they're the parasites, the Republican Party. They want a piece of whatever he has, and the country can burn for all they care. They'll light the match if they have to. They'll pour the gasoline. They'll light the match. They'll continue to fan the flames. Right? This is who they are. The Republican Party is the enemy of the people. All of along with Fox News, because they're the same. And we know it from all their texts. Right? Trump in exile. I hear Antarctica is nice this time of year. Exactly, haiku. Send them some. Send them to, send them to Putin's door right? Imagine, can Putin come out and play? Can he be my best friend? I mean, what a bitch. Nobody likes a needy bitch. But there's Trump. I always remember that tweet. Can Putin be my best friend? How pathetic these people are. But I, whatever. That's just an aside. But you got to wonder, will the dumbasses who watch Fox News ever wake up? Because as far as fascism, they are an authoritarian death cult. But they have been so propagandized by Trump and the ilk not to trust any other media outlet. But as you see in the texts that keep coming out, which is wonderful, we got to thank this Dominion lawsuit for revealing how filthy the Republicans truly are. In the Dominion, in the texts from the Fox News fascists to each other, one of the things that stood out was that because for all of the Republican, where is it? Hold on a second. Because the other day, I remember I was playing a video. Did I play this video? Now that I'm saying it. It was a montage of the Fox News pundits railing against other media outlets, saying that everyone else is lying to you. And in the texts that came out, the Republicans are, Tucker and Laura Ingraham and the rest of them going back and forth saying, hey, you should check out Kornacki. He has a great breakdown on, Trump in Arizona. Not Trump. Biden in Arizona. Biden's Arizona win or whatever. Check it out. And then there was another. I got this from the New York Times. So on the air, they're telling the dumbasses that do not believe, they're instructing them to not believe, the fake news. The media is out to get them. Everybody's out to get them. But privately, they're sharing links and clips of the very media outlets that they're railing against. And not just railing against, they're telling their dumbasses that they're being lied to by them. Right? Not Fox News, this propaganda outlet that this is not a new thing. For years ago, that socialist rag, Business Insider, had published a study that watching Fox News makes its victims/viewers less informed than those who watch no news at all. And meaning that, at that time, meaning that it's not just that they're they're malinformed. They know less than people who may have simply overheard things in an elevator on their way to work. So that was back then. And even back then, and we bring that study up now and again, I always thought, how much longer? How much longer are we going to take it? Fox News makes America stupid. But more than that, they make they are the enemy of the people. They really are. They are the enemy of democracy. Can democracy survive with its very own Der Stürmer? Even though, it's not, we have freedom of speech in the country and the freedom of the press. The fact is, this Fox News is, the most popular news outlet. And that's because the Republicans and the right-wingers, they work effectively to, they poured, what was it? Rupert Murdoch poured over $500 million into Fox News for 5 years until it started to turn a profit. So that, I mean, you can't do that in a normal company, because to Rupert Murdoch and the Republicans, they knew, this was what Roger Ailes had proposed to Nixon back when, back in the day. They needed what he called GOP TV. And the fact that Fox News, this filthy propaganda outlet, that primary purpose is not, I guess it is money now that they're saying it in the text, but it's more than that. It's power, right? But they have Fox News. If you go in the South, anywhere in the South, you'll go to a gas station. They'll have Fox News on. You go in. I remember when I went to visit Robin Kincaid when she had the horn in over, when was it? Over the summer, and we were at this bar or whatever, and Fox News was on, and I was like, what is this shit? Everywhere we go. And she's like, yeah, this is West Virginia. Everywhere you go, you're gonna see this. It's like the term Democrat Party, right? It's like a gang sign. If you have the morons, if they walk into the bar and Fox and let's say MSNBC is on, that's going to offend the sensibilities, the fragile snowflake fascists. They're going to be like, oh, we're not welcome here because it is a, they're all the same. They're collectivists, except they all collect themselves around a sewer. Frankly, they're not collecting themselves around anything decent. They certainly don't collect themselves around democracy. So, the fact that they run Fox News on military bases, that's an abomination. It should not be. We should not, even back in the day when the studies came out that Fox News makes its viewers less informed, it should have been the end of Fox News. And even at the time, I remember saying, this is how we know that informing the viewer, news is not in its business model, because if it were, and a study came out that said that Fox News, this news outlet, makes its viewers less informed, what would have happened? There would have been mass firings at Fox News. They would have had, they would have called everyone in, and there'd be a big, reset on the channel. We're doing a disservice. This is the days of Edward R. Murrow are gone. They never existed at Fox News. So, if in Edward R. Murrow's day, if it came out that if watching Edward R. Murrow made you less informed, that would have been a disgrace. It would have been the end of him, but not now. That's how it's a propaganda channel, because nothing happened. In fact, they got more, they got their contracts renewed, and Tucker Carlson made more money, and no one ever said boo about watching Fox News makes you less informed. For real. And that's another reason, I gotta say, wait, hold on, this fucking light. And for those who joined us late, I know that the camera looks like shit. I got a new computer. It finally came. Everything sucks. I can't get it to work properly. And the camera is not working properly. And that's one of the things. So whatever. It's red. I ordered a new camera. I hope it comes tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be better. Good thing this camera's working, though. The cat cam is working. Right, Junior? Look over here. Look over here. He's a good boy. He's so good. Mwah, mwah. You're so good. Can I look at you? Look at you. Oh, you don't want me to look at you. I see. All right. All right, bossy. Ow! He bit me. He bit me. My own cat. And he bit me. My own, very own. I remember when you were a kitten. I wish I had. I do have pictures of him. He was the cutest kitten. What happened to you? Hey, stop it. What happened? You were so good when you were a kitten. You were such a cutie kitten. Oh, all right. We got a great chat room happening at youtube.com/cfachannel/Tarabuster. And thank you, Jim, for your super chat. And thank you, Elise, for your super chat. Very nice. Nice to see you. And thank you, Daniel, for your super chat. Thank you guys for keeping the show going and growing. And for your super chat, that will go towards my new camera. That will hopefully not look like shit. I'm so pissed. I really am. I'm so fucking pissed at this Lumina camera. Look, very nice picture of a bunch of trees. Lumina, can you see that? It says Lumina is starting. One moment. That's been going on for, I don't know, 3-4 hours. And I don't know. I've been trying everything I can think of. Just not working. Look how red that is. Let me lower this. Maybe if I do that. Still looks like very weird. That looks a little better, maybe. Not too, but kind of desaturated. This is bright. Too bright, of course. Damn. 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 Remember that show? Well, what show was that? That lady used to say that. Damn, damn, damn. It was Good Times. That's what it was. The lady. Remember? Good Times. J.J. Walker's mother used to go, damn, damn, damn. And something happened. All right. Oh, brother. All right. What was I saying? Yeah. Everything sucks there. Okay, right. You're right. Now we're all caught up. Let me see. Hold on. I don't know how long the show's going to go on for. We've been on... The first 15 minutes were... fuck it. We'll have a real show. Doesn't matter how it looks, right? It's fine. Who cares? As long as it sounds okay and you can hear me. It sounds alright. Right? We're fine. Thank you, guys. Yeah. It does look better there? Okay. Yeah, it's very red. That's the problem. There's like... Very red. See, this... I like this. This card. It's supposed to work. It's supposed to make everything... calibrated, but it doesn't do anything. I don't know. How come other people can have good cameras and shit that works, and I gotta I got this. I don't get it, guys. I don't get it. I know. It's like very upsetting. But as long as it's playing, everything is playing, right? We're doing fine. I think we are streaming, right? I don't know. I'm looking at something weird is happening. It is streaming. I'm looking at the Rokfin. Doesn't seem to be going. And I'm looking at Restream, and it seems like it's not going. But it must be. At least it's going on YouTube. Who cares, right? All right. You need a little camera hooked on your glasses so you can pan Junior. Oh, that's true. Gazing lovingly at you. Well, I could probably try to... Let's see. Move this camera a little. Let me see. Junior? Junior. That's a little different. This is what I see. Look, it's like my view of the show. That's what you're saying right now. This is my view of the show. See this monitor? This is a 30-inch monitor. It's about 20 years old. I've had this monitor for 20 years. It's one of those Mac monitors. 30 years old. Still going strong. Yeah, that's the new camera. That's the new computer. Oh, right here. The Mac. The Mac Mini. This is the new camera. I mean, the new and the old cat right here. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. Fucker. Ow! That hurt. Tara, you have to behave. All right. All right. That's as close as we're going to get to an alternate view. Ow, you fucking cat. That's it, cat. Ow. Stop. He's being bad. All right, guys, let's get back to work here. What are you going to do? He doesn't help. He's not helping. We know. As long as... Oh, shit. Here he comes. Oh, good. He went in the other room. Now he's going into the other room to sulk. Fuck him. Fuck him. All right. I love him. I do. He is a bit bossy at times, though. You know, it's very funny. They all have their personalities, as you know. He does. I appreciate his self-esteem. He's got very good self-esteem, and he thinks he is, well, I mean, I'm sure you can relate, that he thinks he is the boss of the house. I could tell that, and he also thinks that, well, he thinks that it's me and him raising Francis and Ray. He really does. He's the boss, and we are kind of on equal footing. But, you know, he's a little bit above me. And we're both in it together to keep Ray and Francis, you know, on their, you know, in their lanes. It's okay. He's a good boy. Yeah, he's alpha. He is. He's a whiner too, though. He whines. But it's not whining, actually. He's very, he wears his heart on his sleeve. You know what he's thinking. And he's very cute, though. Because his meows are all, they're very expressive. You know, you know what he's thinking. He's like, if I pick him up and I put him somewhere, he's like he'll tell me, I don't want to move over there. He's very good. He's trying to speak. That's what it is. He's really people centered, and that's why they meow. You probably know that. So, but he's really expressive. All right, whatever. Who cares? Nobody cares about my cats. But you guys, of course. But in general, I care. But all right, let's get back. Actually, Malcolm Turnbull was really he was nailing it. It was and is. That's what she said. But let's
The Murdoch media.
Let's continue a little bit.
Clip is re-aired on Fox News. They'll say, you're insulting all of Trump's supporters. You're insulting all of conservative America.
And like I said,
and they would say
it is a patriotic duty to insult. You know, it's not, if you tell the truth about somebody and they're insulted, then it's not you. You know, then it's their opportunity to go look at themselves, to take a searching and fearless moral inventory of themselves. But, okay, at this point, it is our patriotic duty to, you know, call these fuckers out.
It's going to harm your cause. Have you thought about what the right way or what the most effective ways are to combat the so-called market for crazy?
Look, when somebody tells lies and spreads misinformation and you call them out, you are calling out the liar, not the people that have been taken in by the lies. They're the victims, right? So, Murdoch has to take responsibility for what he has done. Politicians take responsibility. They come up for election every few years. The power that is exerted by Murdoch, and in such a partisan way. I mean, look, I've been involved in the media business most of my life, since the mid-'70s, early 70s, in fact. And, I grew up with newspapers that some of them leant more to the left, others more to the right, but they basically reported the news straight. And on election day, they would say, vote for this party or vote for that party. Fair enough. What you now have with Murdoch, and you see it with Fox News, so Americans don't need, an Australian to tell them this, but what you see now is just undiluted propaganda.
Fox CEO Lachlan Murdoch has relocated near you. He's relocated to Sydney or thereabouts. And so I wonder why you think that is, and whether the two of you should get together and try to hash this out.
Well, look, I've known Lachlan Murdoch for many years, and I've spoken to him and his father about, in fact, I know pretty much all the family. I've spoken to both of them about these issues in the past. I would say that Lachlan is more right-wing than his father, more extreme, and I think that the bottom line is they enjoy the power. A lot of people assume that people are attracted to power simply for the purpose of doing something. That's a very generous assumption. But many people in the media, in business, in politics, are attracted to power for its own sake. And asking them, why do you want to exert this power, is like saying to somebody, why do you want to have sex? It's an urge. It is so the power, the influence, that is what turns them on. And it's very, very dangerous. I mean, I saw the relationship between Rupert Murdoch and Donald Trump. I have never seen a politician as deferential to Murdoch as Trump was. And, it was clearly a very symbiotic relationship. Murdoch knew very well, I know this, he knew very well what Trump's shortcomings were. He didn't think he was qualified to be president, but once he thought he could make him president and have that influence over him, but to what end, he did so. And so you ended up, again, where did you end? You ended with an assault on the Congress. You ended up with a country where a third, so I recently saw of the public, believe that Biden was not legitimately elected, in defiance of all the facts and all the reality. Now that is the type of outcome that Vladimir Putin could only dream of having achieved. But it was done by Rupert Murdoch and Lachlan and their organisation, and they are not held to account at all. But they should be.
That's right. They should be. And how? I guess you would hold them to account by barring them from owning media companies, because they're danger. Go on your company in Russia if that's what you want to do, if Putin allows you, because that's the way it is in Russia. Putin allows certain people to run certain industries, and it's an oligarchy. And there are certain things that are required, there are certain factors required for a functioning democracy. And if that means that a scumbag doesn't get to own a media company. I mean, isn't that why the government exists? For example, we used to enact antitrust laws, right? Remember when Jimmy Carter broke up what did he do? He broke up the bells, right? Let me see. Jimmy Carter. And all of the crying about what it would do, it actually benefited democracy and it ended up benefiting the people. Let me see. Jimmy Carter broke up. I think, wasn't that true? It was broke up. What did he break up? Ma Bell. I remember, not Ma. That's not the proper name of it. Ma Bell. What was it called again? And AT&T. Isn't that what he did? Well, of course they I was young. I mean, like a child. Broke up. Oh, fucking Christ. This keeps happening on the camera. I mean, on the computer. There's like a hotkey that turns my computer screen off. It's really annoying. Anyway. Ma Bell breaks up. Jimmy Carter antitrust. Yeah, mid-20th century. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, whatever. I shouldn't have brought it up because I don't quite remember the whole story. But he broke up the phone company because it was getting too big, and it turned into all these other different companies that actually, and this is what happens all the time whenever the corporations were like, this is going to be terrible for for the people, everything's going to suck. And then it was the exact opposite, right? Oh my God. Someone else said their broadcasting license needs to be revoked. Play Dave on the chat says it's absolutely true. Why not? Isn't that what government's there for? Because and this is why we know this. Republicans and fascists, they hate government like cops. Like crooks hate cops. This government is supposed to be the government of, by, and for the people, of course. And we get together, government gets together, and that's supposed to be us. And we say, this is the rules of the game. And if what you're doing is killing that government that the founders fought a revolution to create and entrust to us, that so many fought, bled, and died to create and entrust to us, then your personal ambition, your need for power and attention and money doesn't supersede that grand experiment in liberal democracy. First of all, let's start with, once again, why the hell is Fox News in the White House press room? Years ago, I remember when Barack Obama, and this is why Barack Obama constantly frustrated me beyond belief, because he was always trying to play nice with these filthy fascists. But I remember when he said that Fox News, I don't remember exactly how he put it, but he said Fox News is basically, it's not news, it's a propaganda outlet. And they're dedicated to destroying my presidency. And they put Fox News in the back of the room or something like that. And then other news outlets, CNN, MSNBC, all the other news outlets that had White House press passes, all boycotted. They stuck they stuck by Fox News because, you know, they were like, this is an attack on the press. And of course, what happened? Obama relented, even though he should have stuck to his guns and said, no, Fox News makes its viewers less informed than people who watch no news at all. Imagine if perhaps we could have started back then, with the assault. You know, maybe there wouldn't have been an assault on democracy at this point. But of course, Obama relented, and Helen Thomas's the prestigious front row center seat in the White House press corps, guess who sits there? Fox News. That's an abomination in itself. So why are they still there? You know, first of all, I always used to say, and still do, I guess, I say, that what is the point, frankly, of the White House press room? You know, so especially during the Trump, whatever the hell that was, because he would just come out every now and then, or so you could just take notes when the Kayleigh McEnany lies to you, or Sarah Huckabee Sanders lies to you. I mean, your job isn't to sit there and take notes when the propagandists come out, or when Steve, the guy that I was gonna say Scalise. All these names, they're coming back to me. Ugh, not Scalise. You know, the one who said it was the largest inauguration crowd ever. Period. And then he went on Dancing with the Stars. You know, what kind of fucking country? Could you imagine if, like, during after the beer hall putsch or something, they allowed Goebbels to go on dancing with the lederhosen, dancing in your lederhosen or something, if there was an equivalent. It's fucking disgusting. Disgrace. But all of these filthy fascists who hate America, who lie to America, when you look at them, when you listen to them, you think you're living in bizarro world, like Kellyanne Conway recently. I'm sure you saw that clip when she was like, imagine, if you will, a being lied to constantly. Imagine. We just can't imagine such a thing. Kellyanne. Yeah, so anyway. Yeah, Tucker. It's a fucking disgrace. Let's see. Hold on. Dancing with the Stars. I know I have a bunch of clips of that. But if still, we don't see a single Democrat. I haven't seen a Democrat on Dancing with the Stars yet. I haven't seen someone who worked in the Obama administration. Right? Have you? Have they made the rounds on Dancing with the Stars or the Masked Singer? If that in itself doesn't say that the entire thing is a grift, and yes, sure, Sean Spicer, thank you. Oh shit, he's back. Oh shit. He's back. Guess who's back? If you can behave yourself, perhaps you can stay, but... Oh, fuck. I'm trying to drink my coffee here. Oh, fuck. What the fuck is going on here? Sorry, guys. I'm working it out. I'm working out. As you know, this is the first night using the computer. I knew it was going to be a shit show. This is kind of a tech show. Hopefully it's still somewhat enjoyable. I do enjoy getting together with you. So I enjoy seeing your smiling emojis and your smiling avatars and your beautiful names. Oh, fuck. What the fuck is going on? Oh, I know what's going on. Why can't I play that, though? Something. Oh, some of these are not available. That's why. Son of a bitch. Half my videos are like telling me they're not available now. I'm sorry. We're working it out. Here's a video that's available.
When the road looks rough ahead and your minds from your nice warm bed. Just remember what your old pal said. You got a friend in me. Some other folks may be a little bit smarter than I am, big and stronger too. Ha! But none of them will ever love you the way I do. And as the years go by,
For those who are listening, audio only, we're watching Sean Spicer on Dancing with the Stars. He's not. Is that dancing? He's not dancing. He's just like, she's dancing. She's doing all the work. These people have no shame.
got a friend in me. You got troubles, I got them too, and there isn't anything I wouldn't do.
When they write the history of this time, they're gonna be like, what? It will be akin to, I suppose, Commodus in ancient Rome, fighting in the arena as a gladiator. That kind of shit. Or who was it? Nero, who would perform as an actor. So it will be on par with that, I believe. It's shameless.
With the Stars. Next, he has braved some of the most perilous situations in the world, but now his most intimidating assignment, dancing the cha-cha-cha on national television. It's political journalist Tucker Carlson
Political
and his professional
journalist.
partner, Elena Grenyenko.
My name is Tucker Carlson. I'm a journalist. I wrote for magazines and newspapers for about 10 years, and I've been in...
You're not a journalist. You're a filthy fascist. You're a journalist like Goebbels was a journalist. I'm a journalist. I'm a political journalist. No, you're a trust fund brat, born on third base, thinking you hit a triple, who lies for a living and laughs all the way to the bank while you ride a bunch of dupes. You suck on them like a parasite sucks on a host. They hate them. That's the thing, they hate the people that watch their shows. They hate them. We don't hate them. I may hate them because they're disgusting fascists who are destroying America, and they're stupid and they fall for the same tricks constantly. The same old divide and conquer tricks. I hate them like that. But I'm not trying to harm them. I'm not trying to incite them into a riot, into a frenzy based on a bunch of lies and get them to storm the Capitol and then have a bowel movement in the halls, not in the goddamn toilet where it belongs. That's what I always say to these right-wingers. For heaven's sake, use the toilet. Don't storm the Capitol over it. Just use the toilet, use the trash receptacle. Oh, fuck, what is going on with the camera?
television news for about 6. There are some unknown number of Israeli forces.
Oh, look at you. You're so manly. You're there on the front lines and something went boom, boom. Useless waste of human DNA. I'm a political journalist. Look at me. Oh, you have any clips, Tucker, for your intro? Oh, sure. I have the one where something went boom boom behind me. And it says, I'm a political journalist. Why don't you show them all a clip from Patriot Purge, you filthy fuck. You America-loathing scum. These people hate America. The only thing they love about America is that they're getting away with it. That's what they love about America. And yeah, if in the future, and we talked about this on the other show. You think about it. It's the goddamn truth. In the future, when when historians look back on this time, what do you think they're going to say about Tucker? I'll tell you. They're going to he will be the Joseph Goebbels of our time. It's not going to age well. He's not going to be, described as he would like to describe himself for the dum-dums who want to watch Dancing with the Stars. They're not going to be like, Tucker Carlson was a political journalist. They're going to say he was a propagandist, a democracy-loathing trust fund brat who lied, best known for lying to the dumbasses who watch his show for whatever reason. Because, well, I know why they watch his show. Because they want their biases validated. That's all it's about. In their collective consciousness. I can't talk. The collective I can't say that fucking word. Consciousness of bigotry, racism, hating others, hating the others, hating trans people, hating anyone who's not like them or believes like them, anyone who's not stupid, anyone who is truly a patriot. Patriot purge. The other one really trying to purge the patriots is Tucker Carlson. Because he hates patriots. Because what is a patriot? Someone who is capable of functioning in a free democratic society, a diverse society, that Tucker hates. The only thing he likes about living in a diverse society is that there are so many different groups for him to vilify for his victims. The victim/viewers who watch his filth. He could have been, but it goes to show you what a sick, disgusting person he is on the inside, and that will never stop. He must have been born that way. Or, for whatever reason, because he can get the best help. He can hire the best psychiatrist to treat him and his sicknesses, but he's a coward. It's not like FDR, who was born into wealth, but he had he was a decent person inside. He had a heart, and also it was not just because he developed polio, but it was the polio FDR's sickness kind of made a fine point out of the fact that people need help. He realized, sometimes things happen and that are out of your control, and he was fortunate enough to have the money to get the help that he needed, but nothing was going to change his physical condition. But he was a decent man. That's something that Tucker will never be. You see, because he's not a decent man. He's a horrible waste of human DNA. He is a disgusting person who hates his country. And like I said, the only thing he loves about the country is that this country is letting him get away with it. But in that way, he hates the country. You understand? He doesn't have any respect for the country. Because if he did, he wouldn't dare do what he does. He wouldn't dare lie and foment an insurrection. You know, because he would have respect for the country, because the country would respond. He would be afraid that he would end up in jail or something. But there is no fear there. He knows that he's going to get away with it because he knows how broken the country is, thanks to money. And that's what money always does. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of watching it. You know, it's happening again. I read about it in the history books. And here we go again. Now we're living through it again. It's happened for time immemorial. This is why you have to be extra vigilant in a democracy. I know, he's a biter, Tara Jr. He's a good boy, though. Oh, I'm a political journalist. It just goes to show you because you know whoever put this intro together. All right, stop that. We don't like that, Junior. They're like, what do you want to show? What do you want? You know, his people helped them put this together. Well, okay. Well, what do you want to say about you? Say I'm a political journalist. That goes to show you he's shameless and he thinks we're stupid. Honey, you can be a political journalist. See, that's the sad part too, and this goes along with their pathology. He could if he wanted to. He could actually be a political journalist, but he's not. It takes, talent, I suppose, and it takes dedication. He would really have to go to. He could be like, who's the guy that goes to all the war zones now? You know, that guy from MSNBC is always in Ukraine, and he could be like that guy. Be like, a war correspondent. Then when something goes boom, boom, you notice that he's just in front of something going boom, boom. And he's not wearing any protective gear because there's absolutely no chance he's in danger. This
Hundreds,
is,
maybe to thousands.
Stop it. That's it, Junior. You have to take a time out. There's only so many times you want to get bit. Oh shit, here he comes. Fucking cat.
First got the call about doing this, I thought they must be calling the wrong guy. My dance experience consists of drinking.
They called you? I doubt it. His people put the feelers out. That's how that works. I work in TV. It wasn't like, they were scraping the bottom of the barrel. When they put the feelers out, oh, you got the right guy? Hey, let's get Tucker Carlson in here.
Too much at a couple rehearsal dinners. It's all
What
about
a
the wedding
dick.
performance, baby.
What a dick.
My name is Elena Grinenko, and I'm current
poor
Britain
thing.
champion. On the dance floor, I'm hot, sexy, and most of all, very feminine.
Tucker Carlson.
Lena, nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you. I will be more nervous dancing, I think, than I was in Beirut.
Cha-cha.
Shut the fuck up, Beirut. You weren't in Beirut. Maybe you were there, but you weren't. Where were you? You weren't nervous. Come on, these people are sickening. He's not a political correspondent. I was more nervous in Beirut. Shut up. please. What a legend in his own mind. He did nothing. He flew to Beirut. He's like, then these are the same people that mock Hillary Clinton, for saying things like, they came in under sniper fire. He said, what's the difference? He's saying the same thing. I'm a boom boom. There was a boom boom behind me. Somebody put on a show. They shot the tank when I was standing. Okay, this would be a great shot. You're not a political correspondent. Or whatever the fuck you said you are. You're not that. You're Goebbels. You're our very own Joseph Goebbels. I wonder, like Joseph Goebbels, I wonder if when Trump finally croaks, will he follow his Lord and Savior? No, he won't, because he hates him. He hates him. You see how disgusting these people are? In private, they say one thing. In public, they say another. Not real. It's like they realize what they're doing. They know the poison that they are pouring over the body politic and into the body politic. They know it, but they don't care because he lives in the ivory tower. He never lived anywhere else, by the way, thanks to killing all those billions of chickens. Every chicken that his family murdered and turned into a disgusting sodium-laced frozen dinner, those poor chickens, every single chicken had something to offer society, humanity. Every single chicken that he and his filthy family murdered had more value, had more decency than the entire Tucker clan. And on top of it, he named his son Buckley. Buckley? If that doesn't say born on third base thinking I hit a triple, Buckley Carlson. And the other thing about him, this is what a dirtbag he is. What a filthy filth he is. I don't know if you know this, that he reached out to Hunter Biden to get a letter of recommendation for his little brat Buckley. Oh shit, Tara, you fell. He fell. You're okay, right? You okay, bud? Oh shit. Oh no, you're fine. You're fine, brother. Oh shit, here he comes. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him, he's coming. Everybody look busy. So, yeah, he reached out to Hunter Biden and asked Hunter Biden to give Buckley a letter of recommendation. Let me see. Hunter Biden. Tucker. Letter. That's what a scumbag he is. And then he goes on his propaganda outlet and rails against Hunter Biden like he's a dirtbag, And Hunter Biden, and that's another thing, because Hunter Biden, they have these pornographic images of Hunter Biden having sex with somebody. And, that's Hunter Biden's mistake, taking those photos, whatever. But, he was in the grips of active addiction. And these are the compassionate conservatives, who will never let him live it down. But we're supposed to be like, I remember when George W. Bush, who had like 3 DWIs, and all the other Republicans who've been caught in the act of being themselves, a bunch of drug addicts, like Rush Limbaugh, and Glenn Beck and all that. We're supposed to, forgive and forget about their active addiction. But Hunter Biden, the only reason we know about Hunter Biden too is because he's open about his recovery, and he wrote about it, and they took excerpts from his book where he was describing, what it was like buying drugs. Now, of course, the likes of Rush Limbaugh never went to buy his own drugs. He sent his housekeeper to the dregs in the back alleys and whatnot, right? But Hunter Biden wrote about what it was like going to buy crack or something, and they take these excerpts from his biography as if this is something that's happening now, and because there's your compassionate conservatism. And they're supposed to be, we're supposed to believe that they care so much about Americans dying of fentanyl overdoses, right? But you can't have it always. I guess you can if you're a hypocrite or a fascist Republican, and you just continue to politicize everything. But yeah, here, when was this? Here's the from the New York, the Washington Post. A look at the time Tucker Carlson asked Hunter Biden for a favor. The Fox News host often ridicules the president's son, but here we go. Tucker Carlson and his wife were looking to get their son a leg up in his college application to Georgetown University when they turned to a well-connected Washington friend who has an even better connected father. I realize that you really don't know Buckley, Susie Carlson wrote via email to Hunter Biden, a Georgetown graduate and the son of the then vice president. Maybe you could meet or speak to him. Oh, why would you want to give let your son speak to such such dregs of humanity? Such a terrible person. With an evil laptop. Maybe you can speak to him and you can send, and he could send you a very brief resume with his interests and grades. Buckley. Well, his name is Buckley. That's his first mistake. Buckley. And in this case, Buckley is like his dad. None of these right-wingers, well, not all. That's not true. But I was going to say, you would think they would rebel, But I guess it's like Donald Trump Jr. His father hates his guts. He knows it. He's a sick prick. He'll never, he's, nothing. He's never had a legitimate job in his life. He's the VP of the Trump organization, whatever that means. It means he's just a scumbag. He's, he's his father's son. I hate them all. I hate them. Legally and peacefully. He moves. Let me see. Here we go. Tucker Carlson offered that his son was a good squash player and an excellent fly fisherman. He loves Washington for all the right reasons, Carlson added, and really wants to go to school there. When Biden agreed to write the letter of recommendation, Susie Carlson added a heap of praise. Tucker and I have the greatest respect and admiration for you always. Now, this was after Hunter Biden was in the grips of active addiction. That was then, though, and this is now. And now, they got some insurrections to foment. The Carlsons' past entreaties to Biden may come as a surprise to many present-day viewers of his filthy, disgusting sewer show. that highly rated primetime Fox propagandist outlet show on which he hosts, which the host repeatedly ridicules Biden for seeking profit off his family connections and at times for his history of personal troubles and drug use. The interactions reveal the extent to which Carlson was willing to turn on a former associate as he thrives in a hyper-partisan media world in which conservatives have made Biden a prime target for attack during his father's presidency. They also show how Carlson once sought to benefit from the elite political circles in Washington that he now regularly rails against as the ruling elites. Yeah, he's not an elite though, right? That's what I hate these people. You know, I hate them. I hate them legally and peacefully because, you know, they understand that they're scum and they have no shame. The ruling elite. What's more ruling elite than the chicken murdering heir to the Swanson fortune? What's more ruling elite than that? But the dumbasses will continue to turn on his show tune in to his show, no matter how many times it's exposed. His own words are coming out in court that he is a liar, that he lies to their faces. As long as he can continue to validate their bigotries and their petty little snowflake manias. Really. Who's next, though? You know, we got trans people they're attacking. Who else will they attack? Well, they attack Jewish people, they attack trans people, they attack gay people. But if they needed anybody, well, they'll anybody in those categories, they'll certainly it'll be like, hey, like Kevin McCarthy said when he lied about something stupid. He was on a plane with Adam Schiff and got off the plane, went right in front of a camera and proceeded to lie about what Adam Schiff had said on the plane. They were just having a private conversation. And, when he was confronted about it, Kevin McCarthy said, you know how it is. He said, you know how it goes. Because to them, this is a game, Doesn't matter. The people who died, the corpses, the premature corpses that lie in graves and all over the world. The young men who stormed the beaches of Normandy and lost their lives. That's just a game. They'll use them as props. They'll faint praise. They're nothing but pawns. Their lives mean nothing. They weren't real. They're good backdrops. But their sacrifice means nothing. They were suckers, losers, as Trump said. Losers. They died. Like John McCain was captured. Support the troops unless you're captured. Fuckers. But if you die, they really love the ones who die. They love when you're dead. Because you say nothing. They can praise you. And you'll never ever demand anything. You'll never demand benefits, or you won't be a taker. You'll never be a taker. You'll just be a good photo op. Like, what's his name? Who's that fucker? For example, who's that one? Not Josh Hawley. He's the one who he kind of reminds me of him. shit. Let me see. You guys, I'm not giving you any, I know I'm not giving you any clues to who the guy is. What's his name? Oh, it's bothering me. Tom Cotton. Yes, Tom Cotton. Who, let me show you this picture. I'm sure I've showed it to you before. Let me see. Cotton. Tom Cotton. No, it's not coming up. Oh, no you don't, Junior. Oh, no you don't. That's not very nice to bite somebody's hand. The hand that feeds you. Remember this picture? Now, I put some text. I made a meme out of it. Who else but an America-loathing, patriotic symbols fetishizing, coup-plotting traitor would pose like a grinning ghoul in front of a backdrop of dead soldiers? Look at that. Isn't that vile? That's Tom Cotton, Republican, of course. Who does that? He took a selfie at a military cemetery with, you could tell he's taking a selfie. He's like holding the camera out there in his full uniform, his full dress uniform, in front of a bunch of corpses. And he's grinning from ear to ear. This picture is so disturbing, it's almost beyond words. How? Why? How sick do you have to be? You know? I mean, this goes to show you how fucked up they are. How Republicans are. I'm not saying that they're all fucked up, but it's the old axiom, right? Not, though all Republicans may not be fucked up, all fucked up are Republican. All right, you're stepping on the keyboard again. But who is that sick? Not to know that you don't do something like this. That it's not appropriate to. Well, let me see if I put this over here. It's not appropriate to smile in front of a bunch of corpses. You don't, hey, I'm at the cemetery with there's a bunch of dead guys behind me, a bunch of dead veterans. They died. They're dead, guys. Isn't that great? They're dead. Look at me. I'm a patriot. I love dead things. That's Republicans for you. Children, right? Like that movie, Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. That's who they are. It's very sick. It's disgusting, yeah. Like a ghoul. A fetish, a coup-plotting ghoul. But whoever thinks about I'm telling you guys, I'm asking, let's say, this is not normal. Is this normal? Is this normal? If you were with a friend and they were like, hey, take my picture, you would talk them out as, no, you don't take pictures in front of a cemetery and with a big smile. This is nothing to smile about. You know, dead young men isn't something to smile about. What are you smiling about, you fucking freak? At that moment, maybe somebody could have put a camera and a microphone in front of his face and be like, excuse me, Tom, what the fuck are you smiling about? Can you explain? Maybe it's excusable. maybe if you had a rational excuse we could understand. But as normal humans, it's not something to smile about. It's insulting, and it's sickening. It's twisted. It's like, why? And it betrays the fact that they're not normal. There's something fucking warped. I'm trying to think of the word, and a lot of words are coming out at once. That's why it sounded like whap. There's something sick about them. Especially the kind of smile he's giving, too. Right? It does remind me. I mean, this is what Republicans would do. Now, think about, like, Trump. When during the 75th anniversary of the Normandy invasion, which was such a disgrace that Trump, the draft dodger, the fucking bone spur filth, the liar, who dodged the draft, who called John McCain all kinds of, insults. He's a hero because he's captured. Oh, sure. I like my heroes who aren't captured. What a piece of shit. Well, Trump would never put his precious, disgusting waste of human DNA carcass in any danger to possibly be captured. So, I like my heroes who aren't captured. But the fact that Trump sat in Normandy on Fox News, of course, being interviewed, and I remember, I'm sure you remember too, he was calling Nancy Pelosi nervous Nancy, and going on with all his fucking insults and his little petty sophomoric, well, not even sophomoric, less than adolescent, prepubescent, infantile baby insults, stupid names, this filth, railing against all of his political enemies. Sitting in Normandy, behind him were the headstones of the graves of those who stormed the beaches and lost their lives. That was such a vile, disgusting display. There are no words, and nobody stopped him, right? This wasted corporate media here in the country. At the time, I remember I watched. Oh my God, because you guys know. Stop that. That's it. I'm not playing again. I sounded like my mother just then. I heard my mother's voice. Stop it. Ow. Cut it out. What's your problem? But, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. Let me see. Normandy. When, I don't know if I grabbed the clip. When, what was it? Oh yeah, it was Joe Scarborough. All right, I remember we were talking about it at the time, but Joe Scarborough was like, Trump became president today because he gave a speech at the Normandy celebrations where he didn't exactly shit his diapers 100%. He sounded like a dumbass. Sounded like a stupid goddamn wannabe dictator who didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. But this is the problem here in America. Then anytime he didn't completely shit his pants, the corporate media be like, Trump is truly president today. Did he turn a corner? This was the first day of his presidency. He finally became president today. Get the fuck out of here, right? Oh my God, I hate these people. Legally and peacefully. Such an obedient cat, Jim says. No, he's not. He's a good boy. He's very good. He's smart. He's too smart for himself. He's a meanie. He's mean, too. He's not mean. He's old. He's cranky. He's cranky. I'm old, too. I'm cranky. Oh, God, they hate America, though. That's why I'm cranky. I wish they, I would be less. I was talking to my shrink today, okay? And I said, I would be less cranky, probably, if I lived in New Zealand. If I was born in New Zealand or Ireland, where I was supposed to be born, or England, I would be looking at this shit show, and I'd say, I would say, oh, thank God. Thank God I'm not there. Look at that monster show. They got fascists running around. They got... Oh, and that's the other... which it ended up now that I'm saying this. Because I remember I quoted that Jacinda Ardern, the Prime Minister of New Zealand, and that it ended up it wasn't correct. I quoted her as saying that the reason that they are unified in New Zealand is because they don't have the Rupert Murdoch media, but that was a false attribution. Someone, I remember, pointed it out to me on the chat. It was someone else in her government said that. It wasn't her, though, but she's right. That's just an observation. In New Zealand, it only took one massacre with an assault weapon to do something about it. Here, we have, live shooter drills. We would rather traumatize entire generations of children than do something about guns. Right? Like, okay, you want to suckle an assault weapon? Join the well-regulated militia. It would be so easy. You just got to go. But that, it's not that easy. You might have to do some PT. That's, that's a bridge too far for a bunch of assholes. These Trumpanzee assholes. They would rather shove their beer bellies into Trump shirts, made in China Trump shirts, and storm the Capitol. For example, here's some of the traitors that Tucker Carlson says is they were there on a tour, right? If they were on a tour, how come there's so many broken windows? I never saw a tour like that. If they were on a tour, first of all, the fucking Capitol was closed because they were in official business. You don't get to show up and be like, I'm on a tour, and then take a dump in the halls and break into the Speaker of the House office and steal her stuff. You don't get to do that on a tour. But, well, I guess when you're white. Could you imagine if it really were Black Lives Matter? But anyway, here's some traitors. Let's see. Louder Milk gave tours to these traitors. When the Capitol was closed, mind you, and as they detailed in the January 6th committee, they were taking photos. The traitors were taking photos of things that tourists and, people on a tour don't usually take pictures of, like staircases and security booths, things like that. I remember, when you went on your last vacation, how you fuck that sunset. I gotta take a picture of this stairwell at the hotel. This empty, vacant staircase.
It has begun here at the Washington Monument, Washington, D.C. Say hello to Facebook.
Hey, what's going on, man? Glad to be here, bro.
This is our
See, there's your well-regulated militia.
fearless leader.
Hey, baby,
Danny
let's go. Check out my flag I made, guys.
See, look, see his flag?
Yeah.
He sharpened it to a point. check out my flag. Now, how many times? I've been to a lot of protests. I've been to a lot of marches. And not one march did I prepare for by whittling spears. You know, I didn't bring any bear spray, cattle prods, zip ties. None of that. But, I just went. These people were out for violence, like their propaganda, like the minister of propaganda, Tucker Carlson, told them to.
Go, baby. That's for a certain person. That's right. That's for somebody special. Somebody special.
Wow. Somebody special. They really do love violence, don't they? Elections, because they are a minority party. This is a minority death cult. They cannot win on the field of ideas. So they resort to violence. It's simple. They hate America. They hate this country. They hate the nation of laws. They hate that we are a nation of immigrants. They hate the Constitution. They hate Americans. They hate everything about this country. They hate that we're free. They hate freedom of speech. They hate freedom of expression and assembly. They hate the free press. They hate the only profession enshrined in the Constitution as being vital and necessary. Oh, shit. Tara. Honey. He just fell again. What is wrong with you? Stupid? Why are you falling? It's time to go lay down. Right? I'm sorry. All right, honey. All right, go lay down. Go lay down. Jesus, it's like never fucking show. The show is like out of control here. Oh, I didn't mean to start that.
At the Capitol, with probably close to 2 million.
2 million people.
True American patriots.
Patriots, my ass. You're not a patriot. You hate America. You hate the election. You can't abide by it because you're a baby. Because nobody likes what you're selling. Nobody wants your stupid orange con man. You know, of course there were some suckers that wanted him, just like there's some suckers for everything. Some people actually bought Trump Network vitamins. They did. They bought. Some people actually went to Trump University or whatever. They bought the fucking scam. A complete scam. That's what Trump wants. You know, suckers are born every minute. Trumpanzees are living proof. 2 million. 2 million people. Women for Trump. Blacks for Trump. Gays for Trump. Get the fuck out of here. Take that S or women. To gays. No, gay. Maybe a gay. A gay for Trump. Women for Trump. How dare you?
They are swarming and converging.
Swarming?
Mainly
maybe.
from Constitution Avenue, but from all routes in. There's no escape, Pelosi.
Oh, that's so normal. So here are some of the pictures the traders took on the tour.
Adler.
See, pictures of the staff. Isn't that odd? You know, they took a picture of the Democratic Party staffers so they could recognize them when they were going to spear them with their weapons.
We're coming for you. We're coming in like white on rice. For Pelosi.
Yeah, like a lot of white, that's for
Nadler,
sure.
Schumer.
Go away.
Even you, AOC. We're coming to take you out.
Oh my God. And the other day, because I was watching the Perjury Trader Green CPAC thing because of the show, you know. And I watched yet again that video that they made of Perjury Trader Green walking around the Capitol before she was elected. Oh my God. And with her and a bunch of, a couple of her Trumpanzee friends, and where she was yelling into AOC's mail slot, and they were outside her office, and she had some, I guess, school children were there, and they put sticky notes on her wall for some project, and Perjury Trader Green and the Trumpanzee shit show were out there saying, "Oh, we're moving these," and touching her shit, of course, and constantly had to say how, AOC, you're such a child. They kept saying, we want you to be a big girl and grow up, be a big girl, while they're behaving like a bunch of emotionally stunted adolescents. It's typical Republican. Act like a big girl. What? Meanwhile, look in the mirror. Perjury. These people are fundamentally emotionally stunted, and they lack the ability to function in a democracy. This is just the bottom line.
We'll pull you out by your hairs.
Pull you out by your hair.
How about that, Pelosi?
How about you lost an election? How about that? We had an election and you fucking lost. I'm sorry. Grow up. Grow up, traitors. We're sick of your shit.
Might as well make yourself another appointment.
Yeah, that's one thing, because on Fox News they kept saying how she went to get her hair done during the pandemic. Make yourself another appointment. And it just goes to show you, that's an example right there, that they are Fox News victims.
I'll get done with you. You're going to need a shine up on top of that bald head.
Filth. Look at this. During the tour, the man took photos of hallways, tunnels, and this was the guy who was saying, the guy who showed the spear that he had created out of the flagpole and was, I'm coming for you, and all that. These are the same people who were with Representative Loudermilk, the one who currently is opening an investigation into the January 6th committee, the one who gave tours to insurrectionists, violent insurrectionists. Unreal. This is where we live, guys. You understand how dangerous this time is? That we're in the midst of a coup, and that the fascists are, in the halls of power. Look at this. Taking a picture of an empty stairwell. That's the guy. That's Loudermilk's friend. Take a picture of the security booth. Incredible. Yeah. Take a picture of a hall with nobody there. What are you pointing at? Over there, there's the security booth. There's the... Oops. Drop some. Fucking traitors. Traitors. Bunch Bunch of goddamn traitors. It's incredible. We're, living with a bunch of traitors. Unreal. Anyway, they hate America. They just filled with hate. So I want this one more. I mean, we have a lot to talk about, but there's some things like Republicans here. The texts from the Dominion lawsuit. I'm sure you saw this. Tucker said, "I hate him passionately," meaning Trump. I hate him passionately. So he's like the rest of us, except you couldn't pay me enough money to do what Tucker did. Do you realize that? I mean, I guess that's the difference between a sociopath and an actual patriot, because you couldn't pay me. I'm not kidding. If somebody said to me, I'll give you $120 million to sit up here and lie to the American people again and again and again until democracy is dead, until the country is, an effective autocracy. I couldn't do it. There's no way. I'd say no, thank you. But Tucker Carlson, I get, when you're born on third base thinking you hit a triple, why do you need more money to lie? You would think that would make you less apt to be, persuaded by money. But he's got nothing else, because he's a soulless, greed-centered ghoul. And that black hole, that pit, that is whatever he is, it's just a aching black hole. And you can't put enough into it to stuff that hole of money. But the sickness is that it will never be enough. And they know that. And that's why they're so filled with hate. They hate the people who watch their shows. They hate Trump. I mean, they have no dignity. It's not like they believe it. They don't believe the lie. They don't like Trump. Tucker Carlson said the Trump era was a disaster. But he had to get up there every night and suck Trump's ass. How'd that taste, Tucker? Filth. They are filth. I hate Trump passionately, he said. That's the last 4 years. We're all pretending we've got a lot to show for it, because admitting what a disaster it's been is too tough to digest. But come on, there isn't really an upside to Trump. This is what he says. I thought he was the best ever. He was like Erdogan and all the other autocrats who Republicans love. Carlson texted Laura Ingraham and Sean Hannity to complain about Trump world conspiracy theories. The whole thing seems insane to me, he wrote. And Sidney Powell won't release the evidence, which I hate, because she's got none. She's the one that was like, I'm decapitated and, ghosts are up my ass. These people need to fuck off already. You sick. Don't they need to just go away? Like, fuck off into history's trash pile? Is it time yet? Enough. The whole thing seems insane. Carlson added that Powell was making everyone paranoid and crazy, including me. We already know that they will say and do anything. Oh, this was the Dominion spokesperson said. Oh, wait. Hold on. Fox. Oh, no, this is from Fox. It says Fox has denied any wrongdoing, and a spokesperson on Tuesday accused Dominion of using more distortions and misinformation in their PR campaign to smear Fox News and trample on freedom of speech and freedom of the press. But you see, they fall back on the same old. Everyone's out to get me. Everyone else is lying, but you. But this is in court documents. They're not lying in official court documents under oath. Put the Fox spoke bitch under oath and let her say the same thing. Let her say that Dominion is distorting and smearing the free press. We already know that they will say and do anything to win this case, but to twist and misattribute attribute quotes to the highest levels of our company. There's no misattribution going on. This is from the court documents. Under oath. Penalty of perjury. But they release these statements because that will appease the dumbasses. They'll say, oh, see, everyone's out to get us. Everyone out, there's concern, the bias. We're all biased. The whole world is biased against them. The whole world. Liberal bias. Bias. Bias for you, bias for me. Bias. It's bias. It's like, that word bias. It's so tedious. Everyone, bias. They're all picking on us. But these sick fuckers, Republicans are really fucked up. They really are. They hate themselves. Haven't I said this before? You know that Tucker Carlson hates himself. That's why he's such a greed-centered ghoul. He's got more money than he could spend in 1,000 lifetimes, but he needs more. He's sick, just like Rupert Murdoch. He's an old cretin. He looks like shit. He looks like fucking Gollum, and he needs more money. He's got like 2 years to live, tops. And he needs more money. Right? He'll never atone. But here's another case in point. I saw this earlier, and I thought, oh, well, this is a typical Republican. Isabella Riley Moody, ambassador for a self-loathing organization called the Log Cabin Republicans, says that the Log Cabin Republicans, now remember, she is the ambassador for the Log Cabin Republicans, and says that the Log Cabin Republicans make her want to vomit. Now that's the perfect spokes geek. If you're a Republican, last month, here's from Right Wing Watch, the Log Cabin Republicans, or cons, an organization that claims to represent LGBT conservatives who are, self-loathing, and straight allies who support fairness, freedom, and equality, except they hate you, and they hate themselves, announced that far-right commentator Isabella Riley Moody had been named to its 2023 class of outspoken ambassadors. Well, ain't that nice? Well, what's she outspoken about? She's outspoken about the fact that they make her want to vomit. Here, let me see. I can't play it off the screen. It's not set up.
So what about just straight homosexuality in the GOP movement?
So I'll have to read it. Oh, fucking thing. It does that again. I'm sorry. We're still working out the kinks, as you know. All right. So it says the choice of Moody to serve as an ambassador for the gay conservative organization was rather unconventional, given that Moody is a virulent homophobe. So, see? Self-loathing. They hate themselves. So get somebody who hates you to be your ambassador, who brags that the word, the F word for gay is part of her everyday vocabulary, and that she wishes the country was a more homophobic society. These fucking people. You understand who we're dealing with? Very sick people. And how many times I gotta say, please get the help you need, Republicans. Please. If only the Republicans had the courage to get the help they need, the world would be a better place. Right? They wouldn't have to inflict their manias on society. But that's all they do. Did you see how sick they are? Who would ask this bitch to be their ambassador? I mean, who brought her? It's like George Santos is supposedly gay, right? And he hates himself too. What does he do? He goes and, of course, they play up the gay when they need to, but for political purposes, and they use it when they're like, oh well, they want to play that they're the underdog or victim somehow. But he hangs out with perjury trader Green, the most rabid, filthy, disgusting homophobe, one of the most, who's pushing bills about, anti-trans bills, of course, that bills, legislation that will kill people, because there aren't enough kids committing suicide for perjury trader Green. She's a dirtbag, and that's who, the supposed gay Republican hangs out with. He wants to, he's rubbing up to her, kissing her ass, so thinking it'll save him from having to resign because he needs the money from his grift. While Moody openly proclaims herself to be a homophobic bitch, that's her words, quote unquote, she also claims she is not homophobic. But isn't that who they are? Every filthy racist, like the Dilbert guy, right? For example, in that video where he's going off and saying, oh, everybody's calling me racist. That's all I get in return for being such a great white man, is I get called racist. And I'm never going to help anyone with darker pigment ever again. Even though, I'm sure he's so helpful. Because all I get is called racist, and I just don't know why. I don't understand. But it's the same thing here. They always say, even David Duke says he's not racist. Of course, Nick Fuentes says that. Well, maybe I'm not sure about that. But he might say it. He might say he's racist because he's that much of a scumbag. But, and be proud about it. I'm not sure. But I do know for a fact that David Duke says he's not racist. They always say that. Like even the Nazis, they would say, well, we're not anti-Semitic. We just love our country. We're patriots. So she wishes that the country was a more homophobic society. And she's the ambassador for the log cabin Republicans. Moody openly proclaims herself a homophobic bitch. She says that she is not really homophobic and that all her bigoted language and attacks on anything she deems gay are nothing but a troll. Well, if that's the case, that you prove my point again and again. Because as studies show, trolls are sick. They're sick people. They're sociopaths. And they offer nothing to society. So the entire Republican Party is a troll in itself, really. Let me see, trolls. Trolls are... psychology of a troll. Let's look that up. Yes. Here it is. New research shows that trolls don't just enjoy hurting others. They also feel good about themselves. This is what they do to feel good about themselves. They like hurting others. Well, doesn't that sound like the Republican platform? They enjoy hurting others to make themselves feel good about themselves. That's it. That's the Republican agenda. The disconnect, here, back to the article, the disconnect between Moody's various stated positions was on full display when she appeared on the Stu Peters show Tuesday night to try to explain how an avowed anti-LGBTQ conservative Christian, right, sure, such as herself, can serve as an ambassador for an organization that supposedly represents LGBT conservatives and straight allies who support fairness, freedom, and equality. Yeah, right. That's straight allies, please. Moody's efforts to explain this incongruence didn't go well, as she eventually declared that the agenda promoted by the log cabin Republicans, wait for it, grosses me out and makes me want to vomit. And that her agreement to serve as an ambassador for the organization was nothing more than an attempt to troll the left. You see? Even the whole log cabin Republican organization is nothing but a human shield for Republican hate, for Republican bigotry and attacks on targeted minority groups. So they can say, look, we have a log cabin Republican. Moody claimed that she was asked to serve as an outspoken ambassador by her friend David Leatherwood, who thought it would be really funny because of how homophobic I am online. Well, David Leatherwood, is he in the log cabin Republicans? He must hate himself too. Wow. These people are sick. They really are sick, guys. To be an ambassador... Oh, wait, she said, there is nothing conservative about being gay. It's anti-God. It's anti-Christian. You can't multiply. You can't reproduce. So it's going against God and nature. So I guess every straight person or straight couple that doesn't have children is going to hell too. I mean, these people, who cares? I don't even want to get into that line of argument because it's so pointless, and it kind of validates their stupidity. To be an ambassador is kind of a troll, she continued. I don't think homosexuality is obviously a sin, but I don't condone it at all. I have a couple of friends that are gay, and they know this. Oh, well, aren't they lucky that you're their friend? that you accept them. People can hate me for what I say, but I'm not going to change my tune depending on who I'm around. Honestly, I think it's a funny headline. I'll do it, but I'm never going to say that being gay is okay. Why did you even ask her, dum-dums? You don't get to be an ambassador just when you say you are. They had to invite her. Because they fucking hate themselves. Oh my God, I hate them. Legally and peacefully. Jesus Christ. Indulging in this sin and living in sin and marrying a guy, even though that should not even be a thing, she said. Or engaging in sexual conduct with other men if you're a guy and all this gay behavior, I don't condone. That's not your business, is it, though, lady? Like, I don't condone anyone having sex with you because you're filth. But that's not my business, is it? I don't care where your vagina goes. It's not my business. You're filthy. You're disgusting. And, because I don't believe that morons have the emotional capacity to really understand what having sex means. So you should just not have sex, I think. You should just shut up. But it's really none of my business, so I don't have anything to say about it, because I don't think that disgusting people, emotionally sick fascists, should be able to reproduce if that's their goal. They shouldn't be able to have children. I think that children should be taken away from them. Right? If you're a filthy bigot who hates other human beings, what are you doing? You're harming your child by putting your poison into their heads. So you should be, taken to Liberland and walked into the woods in Liberland and say, look, you're free. Look, you're no other people here. You're free. And good luck. Send us a postcard once you create a postal system. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps and create the a postal system for yourself. Later in the interview, Peters, who is also a virulently, I can't talk, anti-gay bigot, assured Moody that she was allowed to use the F word on his show because he uses it as well. Because this is who Republicans are. Do you get it? They're unfit. They're unfit, and they need to be pushed legally and peacefully into history's trash pile as fast as we can say, make America great again. That would make America great. Peters then demonstrated that point when he demonstrated that point when he said that the log cabin Republicans are promoting, I'm going to say the word, faggotry. Wow. Oh, my God. That's why I ask you to become a patron at patreon.com/TaraDevlin. You know why? Because people like that, they don't have to say things like that. They don't have to. Stu Peters' show is funded. He doesn't have to say, please become a patron. Only the liberals. It's unreal. It's disgusting. I completely agree. The contradictions, Moody replied. Yeah, so you have two filth sitting around, vomiting on each other and bathing in it. eagerly. And, that's a show. That's right out of any Nazi, fever dream. That's the show. That's the Stu Peters show. It's something when future historians look back, and they're going to go through the history of the 20th century, the 21st century. They're going to pull in all the connections between the Nazis in the early part of the 20th century and the Nazis in the early part of the 21st century. And they're gonna make the comparisons, and they're gonna show clips from the Stu Peters show, and Fox News, and Alex Jones, and all the others. Right? They're gonna show Matt Walsh. They're gonna show Joseph Goebbels. They're gonna show Der Stürmer and the People's Observer in Nazi Germany. And they're going to make very apt comparisons because there is no difference between them. Just like we're making them now. But the future, they're going to, at least they'll be in the future. And they don't have to live with these people. Hopefully they won't have their own filth to deal with. Maybe they will. I hope not. But who would have thought, right? 100 years later, we'd still be dealing with Nazis. They never go away. The problem is giving them power. They're the same. They really are. But what are we going to do about it? That's the big question. Let me see. They asked me if I wanted to be an ambassador with all this crazy stuff I say about F words. And I said, sure. But I'm not going to change what I say. And they said they loved it. And they wanted me to make homophobic videos for them. The Log Cabin Republicans. Oh, great. How much do you got to hate yourself? Well, there's always self-loathing people in every community. You realize that. In every marginalized community, you will find the self-loathing freaks. And we did a thing on one of the shows recently about one of Hitler's generals who was a Jew. Okay, of course it was a big secret, and he had to get his heritage officially changed, but wink wink, and he was under investigation, but Hermann Goering put a kibosh on it, because it's who you know. But he was Jewish. And yeah, didn't matter. He knew what the final solution, and his people were being disappeared in the middle of the night, murdered. But there you go. And there's others we can talk about. The civil rights movement in this country. There were African Americans working in concert with the KKK. The Freedom of Information Act, they revealed this one guy, I can't remember his name, but he was being paid to spy by the Klan to spy on the civil rights activists. And we have, we know this. It's all out in the open now. But yeah, there are always traitors. As we know, we're living in a time, there are a lot of traitors running around. who hate America, they hate democracy, they hate everything about this country, and they're trying to tear it down, to turn it into a place where they're comfortable. And that place is a sewer. That place looks like a sewer of hate and division and indifference and kiss up, kick down power and hierarchy, right? That's what they want, you know. Well, in their minds, they just want white people at the top, everybody else in their place, while the rich get richer. The propaganda channels lie to them, tell them who to hate, and then because there'll be nothing, there'll be no services, there'll be no government doing nothing for anybody, making a more perfect union. But you will get a lot of reasons to go out and commit violence. You'll be able to commit violence against whatever targeted minority group. And then that will be, you know, your freedom. You'll get to wear a gun and walk around with a gun because you're free, right? This fucking place. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right, guys. I'm going to get unconscious now, I believe. What do you think? Hopefully by the next show, the camera will be working. Well, I'll have a different camera, hopefully. And that will work. If not, we'll deal with the redness again. But hopefully the audio will work. And I believe Poppy Champlin will be the guest on Friday. Hopefully she'll show up. We'll see. But we need some Poppy. I do. I know I do. Because I need a laugh. All right. But in the meantime, if you can, please become a patron. Please do at patreon.com/TaraDevlin. Also, support Tarabuster sponsors, APS Radio News. And remember, we will win. Yes, we will. Right, Junior? Look at Junior. He's acting normal now. Oops. I dropped it. Right, Tara? Look at the camera. Junior. You don't like me pointing? All right. We will win. Right? Because why? We're on the right side of history. We're on the right side of decency, dignity, and democracy. What? Your granddaughter, congratulations, Robin. My granddaughter was born Saturday the 25th. Congratulations, Robin. We need more people like you in the world. So, congratulations. There's hope for the world. Give them a big kiss for me. Because we're on the right side of history. And this is more reason to fight for this country. For Robin's granddaughter. Right? So she can grow up in a sane country. A sane country that's worthy of her. So, we got work to do. We will win. We're on the right side of history. We're on the right side of decency. Look over here, Junior. Decency, dignity, and democracy. Thank you so much for hanging out, guys. Really. My name is Tara Devlin, and I will see you on Friday night.